Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Stacy Randall, and I currently work as a customer care manager for Anthem Incorporated. As a customer care manager, I manage a team of 21 associates. They are phone associates, so call center reps, where they take calls from providers. And as their manager, I monitor their progress. I look at their stats on a daily basis and make sure that my team is meeting the company's goals. As their manager or as a customer care manager, I currently have the highest performing team. There are 6 categories that my manager reviews, and those are quality, productivity, adherence to their schedule, average handle time, and customer satisfaction and transfer rate. My team, under my leadership, is currently the number one performing team in all 6 of those areas. So that is something for me to be pretty proud of. I was interested in the position that you have here because I feel that it would really be a good partnership between my leadership skills and the management position that you have open.
Okay. And tell me a little bit about your past work experiences.
Well, from my past work experience, I've been in the healthcare industry for just under 20 years. I've held multiple positions. I've been an insurance clerk at a major hospital. I've held my own, I owned my own billing business where I would submit claims to Medicare on behalf of local chiropractors in the office. I've been a referral coordinator. I have been a customer care associate myself, and then I've also have a background in training where I was a training lead and a training supervisor before promoting up into a customer care manager, which is what again I do currently.
That sounds great. So describe a time when you worked well on a team.
Okay, I can do that. Very recently, the management team that I am on was working with our HR partners on a team activity that was designed to build collaboration between the team. We were tasked with building a bridge out of Legos
Oh,
to
wow.
cross a torrent river. And there were some specifications that we had to follow on the team. My role in the team was to be responsible for the financial aspect of it, to make sure that we had enough money for materials and enough money for labor costs, and also to assist in the design planning of the bridge.
Mhm.
So, with the budget planning that I did and the execution of my other team members, we were able to successfully design the bridge, and we actually beat the team that we were competing against because of the work that we were able to do together.
Sounds exciting and fun.
It was fun.
So tell me about a time when you had too many things to do and had to prioritize your tasks.
Just last week, I received an email from my director, and the email was advising me that she had registered me to complete 6 computer based trainings or CBT courses, and that those trainings needed to be completed before the end of the week or before the following Monday.
Mhm.
So, what I did was I listed out all of my activities that I'm responsible for the week, because in addition to doing the CBTs, I also had to handle supervisor escalations, monitor calls, review my team's performance numbers, and all of my other day to day activities. So I used the whiteboard to list out what all of my activities were, all of my tasks
Mhm.
that I needed to do for the week. And then once I had everything listed out, I was able to reorder and prioritize them
Mhm.
to make sure that I got everything done. Now, knowing that the computer based trainings were going to require my full concentration, I actually put those at the end of the list. And then I scheduled time to come in on Saturday when the office is normally closed. And I was able to complete all 6 computer based trainings and let my boss know that I had met her deadline for that.
That sounds like really smart thinking.
Thank you.
Not a lot of people do that. So, tell me a time about when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty. How did you handle the situation?
Going above beyond for Call of Duty. I have a situation for that. I took a supervisor call from a representative from Texas Children's Hospital. This lady was calling to let us know that she had some claims that had been sent to the insurance company but had not yet been paid and processed. So
Mm.
I spoke with her about the situation, and I knew that I couldn't resolve it right then on the call. So I provided her my email address and I asked her to send me a spreadsheet of the claims that she had that were still outstanding. There were 722 claims that she sent to me. So
Wow.
once I received the email spreadsheet from her and looked through what the situations were on those 700 plus claims, I worked with our provider relations department to review each claim, find out what needed to happen in order to get these claims paid.
Mhm.
And we were able to get them all processed and paid correctly for her so that she would no longer have such a large outstanding balance on her accounting records.
Wow, that's 722, you said?
Yeah, when I talked to her, she told me she had quite a few.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really expecting her to have 722, but I knew that she just really needed somebody who would take ownership for
Right.
helping her resolve those issues.
Right.
And even though it wasn't my responsibility to do that, I really wanted to just not pass that off to someone else,
Mm-hmm.
but to go above and beyond for her and help her get that issue taken care of.
That's wonderful. That's awesome. 722. That will be a number that stays in my head for a
It
really
is
long
definitely.
time. So, tell me about a time when you had to work effectively under pressure.
I can do that. Prior to becoming a customer care manager, I was a corporate trainer for my company. And I received a request from the call center director to train a new manager that was going to be starting at the call center, and he didn't have a healthcare background.
Mm.
And she wanted me to do the training in 5 days. And the training curriculum is normally 3 weeks. That's how long it would take me to train, let's say, a call center associate on doing this job, but she wanted him to learn the call center associate's job in just 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So that was a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, I reviewed the agenda and I looked to see where I could reduce any waste. And I was able to kind of combine similar subject matter items together and create an outline that would let me know exactly what I needed to cover Monday through Friday in order to get this training done in the 5 days that they were giving me, which in those 5 days, this manager also had times that he was pulled away from the training class. So, with organizing, trying to remain efficient, staying on task day over day,
Mhm.
I was able to successfully train the manager in 5 days. And based on the training that I provided to him, he was successful in his role and has actually been a manager for 3 years now.
Oh, wow. So I know that kind of makes you feel, extra proud of
It
yourself.
does. And now he's my peer.
Oh, wow.
Because now that I'm a manager and I'm on his team,
Mhm.
I know that I can go to him if I need anything because I know that he got a good start with the training that I gave him.
That's awesome. That is so cool. So, give me an example of when you showed initiative.
Also, when I was in the training department, when I was hired there 4 years ago,
Mhm.
the training curriculum was 5 weeks of in classroom training. That's how they were running their training program. And I felt like that was a long time for the business to wait on resources.
Mhm.
They were hiring folks because they needed them out on the floor, and having to wait 5 weeks for them to be utilized seemed like a very long time. So, in my first couple of weeks, I took the initiative to really dig into the training curriculum and the agenda that they were using.
Mhm.
I was looking for ways to reduce inefficiencies, establish any best practices that I thought I could bring to this new company that I had joined.
Mhm.
And what I was able to do was find places where there was wasted time through the agenda,
Mhm.
and I was able to eliminate that wasted time. And I created an agenda that was just as effective as the training program that they initially had, but I was able to reduce that training time to just 3 weeks of in classroom training, which allowed for the associates to get out to the floor much sooner, still have quality training, and become a resource that the business could count on 2 weeks sooner than they were before.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot of preparation to be able to do that.
It really was, and I think that it just really came down to looking for those inefficiencies and looking for duplication in work or times that they just weren't using the excuse me times where they just weren't using the time wisely.
Mm.
And so, with best practices, time management, combining similar items, and then really just understanding what the end result needed to be, I was able to get it reduced to 3 weeks.
That's awesome. So, is there anything else you would like us to know about you?
Yes, I am a very hardworking individual. I am dedicated to any position that I have. I am dedicated to doing well. After 20 years out of school, I have very recently decided to go back to school to get my associate's and my bachelor's degree.
Awesome.
That was something that I'm pretty proud of. I'm teaching my children that education is important and wanting to lead by example. I felt that it was time for me to go ahead and go back to school and get the degree that I didn't get before because life intervened and I had to raise my children. So I'm pretty proud of that. And that's, something I really want you to know about me is, that I really do want to lead by example, not only in my professional life, but in my personal life as well.
Well, that's awesome. And you know what, Stacy, I just want to thank you for coming in today and telling us a little bit about yourself and your work ethics.
Thank you for having me. I've appreciated this opportunity to speak with you.
No problem. You have a wonderful day,
You
Stacy.
too.